What is going on, guys? Coming back at you with hopefully just the second half of that large stack of TTMs that I got while I was on the ship. If I don't get through all of them, then I'm going to cut it off around 10, 11 minutes, and then I'll just add it into the next video. I want to thank you guys for all the love and PMs I've gotten since coming back to the boat. It was only a couple weeks, but and you really don't expect that kind of a love just for a couple weeks. But thank you; it's much appreciated. Um, I'll be heading out at the end of March. It'll be like the end of March to mid-March for almost a month to Fallon, Nevada. So I'm hoping that in that time I can head to Reno and see my buddy Ben Martinez and get to meet him. But last time that my squadron was in Fallon, they worked, what was it, 6 days a week, and they were working 12-hour days. So by the time you get to that seventh day, probably be too tired to drive to Reno. So hopefully they're working a little bit better schedule, Ben, and I can come out there and see you guys and see the Reno Aces. But let me get into this. I got a golf ball in, and I thought this one was really cool. I sent this to Annika Sorenstam, female golfer, and I believe that she is in the Golfing Hall of Fame already, because I went through a spell where that's all I was sending to was Golf Hall of Famers, so I'm pretty damn sure that she's in the Golf Hall of Fame. But she sent my golf ball back unsigned, and she sent her own golf ball. So I guess she shoots a Callaway, and then I don't know what the hell that is, but somehow out of that is Annika Sorenstam. So I'm excited to get that one. That's my first female golfer golf ball that I got in, so excited to get that. And then I'm going to fly through these cards hopefully quicker than I did the other day. So, and then once again, majority of these are racing, and with just a speckle of baseball in there, guys. So Philip Umber. This came from my old address, so this sucker was out since last baseball season. Daryl Alterman. Oh. Eddie Wood. Bernie Fiedler. Or Feed. Ooh. It's roll number one, man. I jacked it up. Federley? Okay, I give up. I'm guilty. Brett Bodine. Signed 3 of 3 because he came through with the index card. And, I used to think it was silly when people got index cards just because, I don't know, man, it's just a piece of paper. But I've gotten a couple of them in, and I like them, man. It's like the autograph is really clean and crisp most of the time on those index cards. And I think the theory behind it is maybe to frame whatever your index card is with a like 8x10 or a photo maybe. So not that I would do that with, like, say, a Brett Bodine, but I guess that's the theory behind it. Dick LaHale. Larry McClure. Man, these racing guys have been coming through like crazy, man. Larry Spillman. And then this gentleman here, Mr. Junie, we'll just call him Mr. Junie. He signed the back of my card. So a lot of these guys seem to sign in different spots. They won't sign on their faces or anything like that. Jimmy Means. And then, yeah, there he goes at the bottom. Bob Glennon. Rex White. and I only had that one card, and he sent me that card. And then he also wrote, I flew with the Blue Angels. Give me a call. And then he gave me his digits. So, here, I'll cover up part of his phone number. But yeah, boys. What y'all got on that? Last video, had someone send me naked picture. This photo, or excuse me, last video, naked picture. This video, I'm getting someone's digits, man. So I'm doing something right. What's up? And then he got a post or an index card as well, Rex White, and that turned out super clean, man. I really like that. Oh, let's see, Mr. Don Garlitz, Mr. Big Daddy, and he sent me that guy. I didn't send him that card, so thank you for the extra. Mr. Dave, I'm almost going to give up, man, on these names. I get on Stacy Schaefer a lot for not pronouncing names, man, and I really try my damnedest to get these names, but holy shit, man. I sent out an entire set of NHRA cards and NASCAR cards, and I only probably knew like 80% of these guys. Wally Dallenbach. Whew. It's only half the stack, boys. Randy Bogus. Joe Rudiman. Dave Lapointe. I'm all checked up, man. Robin Pemberton. Lynn Wood. And this guy, a lot of y'all might have known or seen on ESPN, Matthew Berry. And this one was super cool. If any of you old-time NASCAR guys. Ernie Irwin. Sign 1, 2, 3. One day that dude will be a Hall of Famer for sure. I'm going to go ahead and save these, I think, for the next video. I got these in, and I've got some in from this gentleman before, but once again, he's a NASCAR Hall of Famer, and so, in my opinion, I can't get enough of those. Mr. Cale Yarborough, and I thought this one was super cool because I said this in a past video. Typically, NASCAR guys that are in the NASCAR Hall of Fame don't write, HOF, said given year, whatever it is. So when you get them to write it, or when you ask them and they do it, to me it actually means a little bit more, because a lot of baseball Hall of Famers or other sports Hall of Famers just write it just almost as if it's their name. So I asked Cale, I put a sticker on my card holder, and I asked him if he could write Hall of Fame 2012 on a couple of cards, and he did. So I think I've sent to this guy 3 times before with a total of like 4 items, and I never got a Hall of Fame inscription on there. And then these guys, from what I know, and I kind of follow it quite heavily, they don't really do signings and stuff like that. So you can't just send them something to a signing and pay for a Hall of Fame inscription. So unless they do it like Mr. Yarborough did through the mail, and you ain't getting it, my friend. And the reason I was cutting it off is because through all of those letters, I got a bunch of like personal letters from, like this one's from Mr. Hank Hockley. This letter, although it looks like it's just a normal letter he sends to his fans, this whole letter is about me and my letter. And this guy here said he flew with the team as well, and he's really good friends with Doug McClain. Well, Doug McClain is Admiral Doug McClain, And we have the any of you guys that I sent pictures to, the smaller pictures, not the big 16 by 20, but the smaller ones, we call those hound dogs. And Hound Dog is actually Doug McClain's call sign. It's Doug Hound Dog McClain. And he's the guy that thought that'd be a good idea for the Blue Angels to give out those small pictures to kids. So we named them after him, so we call them Hound Dogs. So I thought it was pretty cool that that dude wrote that in his letter back to me. More letters, so I think another reason why I really, really enjoy to write into these racers, NASCAR, NHRA, even the monster truck stuff from my last video from my boys. I thought all of that was super cool. These guys here, I sent something to this dude, and I guess he no longer works for the race team. So they sent me this back because in their letter it says that they didn't want to use my stamp to return my cards to me because they didn't think it was fair because I didn't get an autograph, so they paid for postage back. I don't think you would hear that normally. Normally you'll just get a RTS, or they'll open your mail and return your shit to you. If for you guys that aren't into motorsports and stuff like that, think about it, man. A lot of those guys are extremely, extremely fan friendly, and they actually give a shit, man. It seems about their fans. I probably wasn't into NASCAR until about 4 years ago, and then it wasn't until about 2 years ago that I actually started doing research as far as looking into the history of the sport and looking at who their legends and Hall of Famers and all of that is. And I still have a whole lot to learn. And I'm really new into the NHRA sport. I probably need to follow it a little bit more than what I do. But it's interesting, man. It's something different from the baseball and football that everyone collects. And you see videos day in and day out on YouTube. So it's fun. And it makes it interesting. So that's that, guys. Thanks for watching. Just got back from the gym, so I just got done listening to the Autograph Nation. I believe I listened to, what was it, episode 1, or no, it was something like the review for season 2, and I started listening to like 30 minutes of episode 1. Season 2, episode 1. So you guys that haven't listened to that, man, please download it. It's extremely entertaining. I told Stacy Schaefer before, a lot of times I will download it on my iPod, and I'll take it with me to the gym. And so when I do my cardio, I'll just listen to it, and I kind of get lost into the show, and it helps me keep my mind off my breathing and off of how fat I am. It keeps me running and keeps me off the pain. So that's it, guys. Sorry for the long video again, but adios, muchachos.